This occurred at 8:14 a.m. local time on September 24, generating a small-scale tsunami which caused alerts to go out to Japan's Izu and Bonin Islands, along with the east coast of some of Japan, with the alert telling people to move to higher ground. This tsunami then struck several populated shorelines over the next 90 minutes, thankfully causing no damage due to its modest maximum height of 50 centimeters or 19.7 inches. Such trapdoor tsunamis at Sumasujima are not unprecedented, having occurred 5 other times since 1984. Taal eruption heading 2,700 kilometers to the southwest, the Taal volcano had been fairly quiet since its last eruption on August 12. Then, after nearly a month of zero volcanic earthquakes of any kind occurring underneath the volcano, something changed on September 19. A single volcanic tremor which was 2 minutes long became 8 volcanic tremors which were each up to 340 minutes long the following day. The number of volcanic tremors remained high until on September 22, a small phreatic eruption occurred in Taal's central crater on Taal Island, sending hundreds of tons of rock into the air and creating a small eruption plume. This seemingly started a period of increased activity as another phreatic eruption occurred on the 25th, and 3 each occurred on both September 26 and 27. The largest of these explosions occurred around 2 a.m. on September 25. More small eruptions could follow during the next week, but sulfur dioxide emissions have notably dropped since September 21, likely indicating a decreasing abundance of shallow magma. Askja intrusion heading over to central Iceland. There was recent confirmation that magma is actively intruding underneath the middle of the Askja volcano's edifice just northwest of its massive lake-filled caldera which formed in an 1875 eruption. This magma likely is of a basaltic composition, which thankfully is the magma type associated with the less explosive majority of this volcano's eruptions such as what was witnessed in 1961. In total, 4.4 million cubic meters of magma has intruded underneath Askja during the last 12 months, but this is not getting any shallower than 3 kilometers depth where it merely spreads out in a sill or laccolith. This uplift started in August of 2021, generating repeated swarms of earthquakes and causing the ground to rise by 78 centimeters or 30.7 inches. While ground deformation dropped to very low levels in July of 2023, it increased once again 2 months later, albeit at far lower levels than witnessed in the prior years. This magma is not actively intruding any shallower than 3 kilometers depth, meaning that an unexpected eruption, while theoretically possible like it has been since 2021, is still quite unlikely. Heading over to the densely populated island Arjuna Wellerang, Java, an unusual earthquake swarm occurred at a volcano which really hasn't shown any kind of unusual activity during the entire 21st century. What I am referring to is the Arjuna Wellerang volcano 25 kilometers north-northwest of the city of Malong, population 850,000. What averaged a rate of 1.9 earthquakes a day in the months prior jumped to 7 a day on September 17. 2 days later, a very shallow volcanic earthquake occurred alongside a total of a dozen earthquakes. Then, the following day, 6 thermal signatures were detected on an area of its main cone's eastern flank. This could have been caused by a small eruption, but was more likely caused by an increase in fumarolic temperatures there or a small wildfire which was later put out. Regardless, this sudden 250% sustained increase in the rate of earthquakes marks Arjuna Wellerang volcano's first form of even negligible unrest since November of 1994. List of erupting volcanoes. Here is a quick list of all of the world's volcanoes which are currently erupting. Additionally, here are some volcanoes showing signs of unrest which are not erupting as of the recording of this video on September 28 of 2024. As a final note, I would like to thank my new channel member Noel